Hello, my name is Alyssa, and recently I was given this book by someone who saw me going through a really rough time and thought it would help. The book is called Remarkable Healings. A psychiatrist discovers unexpected roots of mental and physical illness. It's by Shakunatala Modi, MD. So, right now I'm on chapter 5. Chapter 5 is about possession or attachment by earthbound spirits. So, I just wanted to read it out loud to practice for myself and to also share the information here because it's been very revealing. So this section is called Age when the spirits, entities, in parentheses, possess or attach to people. So under hypnosis, different human and demon entities in my patients have claimed to join them at different ages from birth, throughout childhood and adulthood until death. So this is written in the perspective of the doctor treating all her patients, and she's documenting everything. Some entities claim to attach to the patients even in the womb or follow a attached to some patients in more than one life. So, attachment during birth, childhood, and later until death. Today, an entity in my patient. Oh, sorry, the light is making it hard to read. It says Tony. An entity in my patient whose body died at the hospital said that he became confused and wandered around the hospital, not knowing what happened to him. In the nursery, he saw a newborn baby crying. He liked babies and went to comfort this baby. Somehow, he ended up inside the baby and could not get out. Rob, a 45-year-old patient, has suffered from depression and suicidal thoughts occasionally throughout his life. He remembered being depressed and planning suicide even as a 9-year-old boy. He had attempted suicide twice. He also had a nervous stomach and had nausea and vomiting from the time to time since the age of 9. Under hypnosis, he saw inside him a 30-year-old female entity who had been stabbed in the stomach and killed. She joined Rob when he was 9, and afterward he began to experience her stomach problems. He also had a female spirit who committed suicide and gave Rob the suicidal thoughts, and another one who died in a car accident. They all claimed to have joined him when he was 9. After we released these entities to heaven, Rob's lifelong symptoms, including his depression, suicidal thoughts, nervousness, and stomach problems, were relieved. Brian had a spirit of a drug addict who claimed that he joined Brian when he was experimenting with drugs at the age of 16. He admitted that he gave Brian the desire to use drugs and did not care what happened to Brian physically, emotionally, or financially. Wanda had a spirit of a friend who joined her at the age of 45 at a funeral home. She was distraught about his death and had it opened up for him to come in. He came in to comfort her, but then he could not get out. So, this is a doctor who works on past life regression therapy through hypnosis. So, she lists some of her patients just by their first name. She lists their symptoms that she helped to treat or they were dealing with for long times, and, medicine was not able to cure it. and they tried regular talk therapy, but that also was not able to relieve all the symptoms. So she began experimenting with hypnotherapy, in which she discovered all these different things, like possession of earthbound entities and spirits, as well as demons and past lives and soul attachments. So she documented all of this. And so far, this is where I'm up to. So next is attached when in the womb. Some entities reported to have been with their patient's mother and then joined the patient in the womb. Other entities claim to be with one of the patient's family members before they joined the patient. Linda, an entity who was in my patient Amelia, first insisted that this was her body. As the session progressed, the spirit Linda remembered how she came in with Amanda. Dr. Modi. Linda, move back in the time when you joined Amelia. Linda, I do not see anything. It's dark. I am in a dark void. Dr. Modi. Move back beyond that dark void. What are you aware of? Linda. I'm on the other side. I am a soul. I'm getting ready to be born as Linda. I'm supposed to be born, crying, but something goes wrong. There is no body to go into. Dr. Modi. Why? What happened? Linda. There is no body for me to enter. My mother had a miscarriage at 6 weeks. I did not know where to go, so I attached to my mother. Then, when my mom was pregnant with Amelia, I went from my mom to Amelia and attached to her when she was in the womb. Attached in many lifetimes. Some entities claim to follow and attach to the same patient for many lifetimes because of love, anger, hate, jealousy, or desire for revenge. Sometimes they claim to attach to the patient even before they are in the womb. Harry had with him a female spirit who claimed to be his sister in one of his past lives. Her parents died when she was young. Later, Harry, who was her brother in that life, died of some infection. She was all alone and was forced into prostitution. She felt angry at this brother for leaving her alone. After the death of her body, she followed and attached to Harry for many lifetimes, including this one, because although she loved her brother, she was angry with him for leaving her alone. So, she continues on. In this chapter specifically, she goes through who are these possessing earthbound entities. She speaks about earthbound entities who are working for Satan. She speaks about the real ideas of heaven, hell, God and Satan, demons and angels, spirits. And when I say real, I mean not from a religious standpoint, but from a just general acknowledgement that it is a thing. There is a one entity that everyone stems from, and that is why we're all interconnected. The universe, whatever you want to call it, at the end of the day, we all have a soul. And when your soul is damaged, it leaves you open for negative influence as well as positive influence. So if you're interested in hearing more, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And if you want to hear more, listen to my upcoming podcasts. I speak more on it, and just request it. And I don't mind doing these readings more often. Have a good night, and don't go to sleep too late.